The South African national women's team won the Women's Cup of Nations. They did this by beating Morocco 2-1 in their backyard. It was a moment worth celebrating. And indeed, when they came back, they were met with that celebration at the airport. All the fans that managed to go there, and the country joined in rejoicing that the moment of these new crowned champions. But somewhere in the quarters of the country, there were those people who kept on bringing the men's national team into the fold, which in my perception, they were spoiling the mood, interfering with the attention that the women deserved to get at the time. Madam Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters and guests, this triggered a thought in my mind, and that we are all guilty of this. And this is the seed that is planted in sibling rivalry. Parents will always compare their kids. When one has achieved, instead of paying attention to that one that has achieved and celebrating the moment, they will bring other aspects and start pointing fingers. Sibling rivalry is there, it exists. There's good part of it, there's bad part of it. From kids, it gives them social skills. You learn to be assertive, you learn to argue, you learn to negotiate and settle issues. That comes from that practice as you bicker and scratch each other as you grow up. The kind of sibling rivalry that I'm going to talk to you about today is the unhealthy one that is planted by parents. And that rest mostly I'll concentrate on the comparing and labeling. Charles is the star performer of the family. He's the wise one. You are better than your sister. You are better than your brother. You are not giving me my full attention and giving my sister her full attention in terms of how good she is and how good am I. Now you're putting me against her, and that rivalry can create a rift between your children. And as you proceed, you don't understand why they are not relating as siblings. But you as a parent, you would have planted that seed. So it is important that the parents are sensitive and aware of this, and make sure that they refrain, but put matters in place that improves relations between the children. Labeling and comparing makes the unfavored one feel inferior, and they may also feel jealous of their other sibling. We all know the story of Joseph. For those that might have forgotten, because Bible school was years ago, Joseph was sold to slavery by his brothers. That all came out of jealousy, which the parent or the mother then did not pick what was happening in the family. It also happens in real life in various ways. So as parents, we need to be aware of that and try to avoid such a situation. Give your kids the time that deserve. Like your fingers, they are not equal and they are not the same, but they all have different roles to play. So what you need to understand that at times one of your children may not be a star in a certain way, but he can or she can be an enabler to the other brother to achieve whatever they are achieving. I achieved a lot of things with my brother's input. They assisted me to move through life. Where I am today, I don't see them as inferior or am I better than them. I acknowledge them every way each time of my achievement. With parents or as a country, we must also learn to plant the seed of appreciation, the seed of support, not the seed of a fan. You may ask yourself what is the difference between a fan and a supporter. A fan is there when things are good. You can see that with the empty stands when the men's team play, the stands are empty. Those are the fans. Supporters, they are with the team through thick and thin. Whether you win or lose, they are there with you. It reminds me of the Bloemfontein Celtics fans. They will sing from start of the game to the end of the game. Even stay after the game, even if the team has lost. Those were the true supporters. And with parents, we must also try to be with our kids, no matter what their strengths and weaknesses are. In the words of David Agas, if you keep the soil healthy, a bad seed will never grow. Madam Toastmaster.